Subscribe and smash that bell so you never ever miss an upload from Seanzviewent Entertainment.
So it would appear as if Charlie Caruso has joined the rankings of ESPN and reveals her status with the WWE. Huge news on NXT, even more developments and breaking news on that story. Did you check out those ticket prices for WWE Super Showdown if you want to make it over there to Australia? Viewers and subscribers, it is absolutely astronomical. The Super Showdown this Saturday, I looked at those ticket prices and I cannot believe it. And then, viewers, what top star in Monday Night Raw that was going to get a push has the WWE given up on? Who has Vince McMahon soured on with that push? Remember to take this time, refresh, share, subscribe, smash the bell, and turn on all notifications so you never miss one epic video from Sean's View Entertainment. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to kick it off with a WWE legend having high praise, of course, for Bianca Belair, and that would be Lita. Lita had high praise for her. Major WWE NXT expansion coming. There could be major NXT expansions coming soon, according to the Wrestling Observer newsletter. WWE officials are currently looking at expanding the NXT brand, even adding another hour, maybe even making it 2 or 3 hours, using the added revenue from, of course, the Fox network that the WWE is going to be getting. I mean, that the numbers and the check on that is just ridiculous. And the WWE will be using that added revenue that has been coming in from the various new WWE deals that they have signed. No word yet on when the expansion could begin or exactly what they have planned, but the idea could include more WWE performance centers around the world and more international territories. The Observer notes that more international territories would lead to even more aggressive talent acquisitions by the company as they lock in wrestlers who have marketable potential. Once again, though, these wrestlers, these athletes, these stars, they might as well just think about staying in NXT. Because once they come to the main roster, 75% of them don't pan out, don't do too well. They get their push. It's like they go in with a ton of momentum. They have so much creative. They have so much pull. Well, I don't know about so much pull, but they have a lot of plans. Everything comes together. Everything unravels. Everything looks good in NXT. It's bright. Then you come to the WWE, and it gets very dark. It gets very bitter. It gets very sad. Because, look at Bray Wyatt, for instance. And this could be used on so many wrestlers that transition from NXT, where the push just didn't last, or the WWE, it's like when they take the creative from NXT and then you get the creative in WWE, it's a whole set of circumstances that is very, very different. It just is. And viewers and subscribers, I just hope that imagine territories coming back again. That would be special. That would be different in its form. As we all know, the WWE is reportedly trying to get The Rock locked in. Another update on that, the WWE is going to do, hopefully, everything in their power to get The Rock to lay it to SmackDown on SmackDown 1000. And viewers and subscribers, what Monday Night Raw star has Vince McMahon himself soured on? This guy was going to get a push. It looked like he was going to go far. It looked like he was going to last long. He was getting wins and wins. He was getting prominently featured on Monday Night Raw, and then the bottom fell out. And viewers and subscribers, this isn't the first time Vince McMahon has soured on a push in WWE. Remember to buy my official merchandise line on Amazon.com by clicking the link in the description of this video. A WWE superstar can go on any sort of direction, as seen on Ringside News, when they move up from NXT. Sometimes it really works out well for them, while other times it doesn't. And it doesn't turn out the way that they would have expected at all. Mojo Rawley looked like he was on his way to being a big superstar, get a main event push, perhaps a Universal title run, or a number one contender spot. Now he split from Zack Ryder. Rawley's best friend Gronkowski from the New England Patriots didn't hurt either, but it looks like Vince McMahon himself might have soured on him already. This is interesting because the WWE signed Mojo to a big contract extension last year for 3 years, but it was noted on the Wrestling Observer newsletter that Rawley's recent loss before Raw kicked off in Seattle could tell you a lot about his current position in the company. Another surprise result saw Tyler Breeze, pin Rawley, which who would ever saw that coming? The action was good and the crowd was really hot for this and behind Breeze. The result tells you about Vince McMahon's feelings on Rawley after his few weeks push. And it looks like Mojo could be in a bit of a situation when it comes to his push, but he's still young enough to be able to take a loss and bounce back. if it's not so bad to his career, and if it just doesn't keep going and going and going. The important part is to keep on trying with his positive attitude, and maybe it could convince Gronkowski to come into the WWE for a little program that might help things for him as well, and that would very swell. I mean, Gronkowski, no matter what you want to say about him, Gronkowski, one of the greatest in the game as it concerns being on that football field and knowing what position, how to play it, when to do it, and knowing how to get the job done. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I looked at these ticket sales and the ticket prices for the WWE Super Showdown as seen on Ticket Tech. The remaining ticket prices for this weekend's Super Showdown have been revealed. When the show was first announced for Melbourne, at the Melbourne Cricket Ground, first announced, WWE seemed hell-bent on putting on a show worthy of selling 100,000 tickets. While the allure of Triple H versus The Undertaker for the final time is certainly interesting, the rest of the card tends to feel more like a house show than anything else. If there's a title change or two, then that'll change things, but there's no guarantee of that. There's rumors of a monumental heel turn for the Super Showdown, that being Nikki Bella or Ronda Rousey, and they're still going to continue to tease the heel turn from Dean Ambrose. There have been reports recently that the tickets haven't been selling particularly well. Oh boy, they might have to give some radio giveaway tickets. I don't know about that. And we seem to have discovered the reason why. From Category 1, which would be in the front row, down to Category 4, the prices are as follows: $1,016, $686, $324, and $216. In order to get down into double figures instead of triple, you'd have to reach Category 7. We completely understand WWE's need to make money on this, but wouldn't they rather just drop the prices and increase their chances of having a full house? The visual of seeing many empty seats is going to be incredibly distracting, and it makes you wonder what the backlash would be if that happened at WrestleMania. We understand that this isn't as much of a priority, but given the money they're receiving from the Saudi Arabia deal, it's a bit odd that they still want to sell tickets for such a high price. Perhaps it isn't WWE deciding on the prices, but either way, this is something worth keeping an eye on as Saturday approaches. Well, ratings are down. Ticket prices are down. Well, ticket sales are down. Just the WWE as a whole is down. But their bottom dollar is always going to be up. With the WWE having the WWE Network and this giant Fox deal, the WWE's weighing heavy on that. They're banking on that. They're thinking positive on that. That's all they're thinking about. They've met their quota for the WWE Network subscribers. They seem to be happy with that substantiability, and they seem to be happy with that Fox deal. They know that USA is going to renew with them. But there's a point where you look at your ratings and you look at your company and you look at your product and you say, well, wait a minute, we got to switch things up. We got to change direction. We have to swiftly redevelop and refocus on a new strategy that would take us above and beyond. And I mean, the WWE, listen, I say above and beyond, they're already at the top. They're way, way beyond anything. You could create a wrestling company right now, have millions and millions of dollars, and with the way that social media is run, the WWE's YouTube, their marketing, their promoting, the ads they have, the commercial. I mean, it's a global phenomenon. I mean, the WWE now, even though their ratings don't say so and attendance doesn't say so, they are making more money now than they have ever made in their entire life. And that's why they can afford all these new NXT guys, and that's why they can afford to add another hour to NXT TV or up the ante with NXT pay-per-views. And viewers and subscribers, there is even more news on NXT right now. WWE officials reportedly are pushing to extend the NXT weekly television show. The Wrestling Observer reports that there are those in the company who are pushing to extend NXT's weekly television show by an hour. This would still secure a 3-hour weekly Wednesday night block on the WWE Network. With a new Fox Sports deal approaching in 1 year's time and rumors of needing to fill time slots on FS1 and FS2, you never know what WWE could be planning. The thinking is that such an amazing roster of talent on NXT, they will not only increase the television show time, but also the time allotted for takeover specials. Some fans might not like the idea because they really enjoy everything about NXT as it already is. Yeah, they say if it's not broke, don't fix it. And you know what? I don't want the WWE to fondle with NXT too much. They're expanding. They're getting bigger. They're getting more over. They're getting more fame. I mean, to sell out SummerSlam, NXT TakeOver, Raw, SmackDown, to sell out an arena for 2 or 3 nights in a row speaks volumes to the integrity, the prominence, the dominance of what NXT does and what Triple H has been able to do with that company. And I have a huge respect for Triple H and what he's done and how he's turned it around. And, a lot of people are saying now with Vince McMahon still very much in charge of Raw and SmackDown Live, that Raw and SmackDown Live is not thriving, that Vince McMahon is out of touch, that he's out of tune. There was even rumors of several months ago, maybe even more than several months ago, of Vince McMahon's eyesight, his demeanor not being as solid as it once was, not being as on point. And I don't think Vince McMahon maybe he hasn't been on point. Maybe he's had some off days. I know the guy doesn't believe in a day off. I know the guy puts his work in. I know he works around the clock. Seanzviewent Entertainment, I never stop. But ladies and gentlemen, with Raw and SmackDown the way it is in their ratings, you got to assume that the WWE cannot be happy with this. The WWE can't just be like, well, we'll brush it off and we'll wait again. We'll see what happens next week. I mean, it's just... It's sad. It's actually sad to see what it's come down to. But viewers and subscribers, Seanzviewent Entertainment is always here for you. Please, once again, please buy my official merchandise line down in the description below. And that's pretty much all we got for right now. Remember to share, subscribe, and smash the bell. More to come from the brash and brazen Seanzviewent Entertainment. I will never be mistaken or overtaken. Remember, very crucial to smash the bell, subscribe, and refresh this channel. Consistent, prolific, and dedicated. Later.